If you are looking for Town Hall 14 attacks, let's give you 3 options that are the best to use right now. Let's start simple with our first army, the Hydra attack. This is a really spammy army. This has a pretty simple composition of 6 balloons, 6 dragons, and 5 dragon riders. In terms of spells, you've got heal, 3 rage, alongside a freeze and 2 skeleton spells. The base plan is very easy. You are just funneling 2 different sides or even one side of the base with the use of your heroes. The other side is sending in your dragons, your dragon riders, and your balloons with the Grand Warden, sending the battle blimp in for the town hall, and clearing through the rest of the base with the royal champion. So first things first, you're going to start with your funneling. Your barbarian king and archer queen is going to be up first, regardless if you use them on either side of the base to send the Hydra through the middle, or if you are going to send the Hydra on one side, using your ice golem, your barbarian king, and archer queen is detrimental. If you are using them on one side, you can send in an E-Drag, dragon, or baby dragon to create the other side of the funnel. Otherwise, this is all that this is, just funneling and making sure your Hydra has very simple pathing. Now that you've funneled, you can actually just jump straight into it. Send in your dragons, dragon riders, balloons, then send your Grand Warden. You can use a rage spell early on. This will help the dragons and dragon riders. You can also send the battle blimp here at this time. Keep in mind that you need to pop the Warden ability before it leaves the aura. You can also send your royal champion in right after the blimp, but try to use that either adjacent or at least right next to where you sent your attack in, so the royal champion herself can get some really good value as you push your way through. When the blimp reaches the town hall, use a rage spell. This is going to help you a lot. The town hall does a lot of damage, so if you're able to rage up your balloons and instantly take that town hall down, you now no longer have to worry about the town hall poison. But as long as your balloons are taking down the town hall, you should be fine with clearing the rest of the base. If you're not so much a fan of spam attacks, you can always use smash attacks. Our second army is the Super Bowler Smash, an incredibly strong Town Hall 14 army that is dominating. Of course, if you are a fan of this, this is an incredibly strong option. But if you are a fan of my channel, consider using my creator code CORRUPT. It's greatly appreciated for all the support, and it helps me and also the channel and everything I do here, and it's greatly appreciated. Typically, the army composition for this type of attack is 4 Super Bowlers, 5 healers, and 2 witches. Everything else is going to depend on what you need for support. Otherwise, you're bringing a Flame Flinger with the use of Hog Riders alongside 3 Rage and 2 Jump spells. But in terms of the base plan, you are always going to be trying to use the Flame Flinger on one side, the Warden Walk on the other, and having your Super Bowlers go in between and smash the core of the base, where you can have that back-end Royal Champion help clean up the rest of the base. So first things first, let's start with funneling with the Grand Warden. The Grand Warden Walk is a very simple thing. All you're doing is funneling the outside. You might want to speed him up by using sneaky goblins or baby dragons. Otherwise, just let him do his own thing and he'll be able to create one side of the funnel. On the other side of the funnel, you've got the use of your Flame Flinger. This is really good at getting value, something like an Inferno, Eagle, Scatter, Town Hall, you name it. Or if there is a large compartment, you can also use it there too. But typically it's better against more open compartments that are a lot bigger or getting key defenses down. Now it's time for your Super Bowlers. Typically, in terms of sending them in, drop in wall breakers or super wall breakers to start off, use an Ice Golem, and then your Super Bowlers. You need to lure over the Grand Warden, so using the Archer Queen to do so or your Super Bowlers is really, really solid. Just make sure that they're all going to be going into the base. You can send your Barbarian King in with them, or you can use the King with your Flame Flinger and Witches to help clear the other side of the funnel. Otherwise, as you're sending everything in, use a Jump spell and a Rage spell. The Super Bowlers do incredibly well under Rage, so what you'll want to make sure that you're doing is save the Grand Warden ability for the core of the base. Whether the Town Hall is there or not, just use that Grand Warden ability, especially if you know that you are guaranteed the Town Hall with the Super Bowlers. You'll want to use a Rage spell in the core just to deal a massive amount of damage. And with your other jump spells, you'll want to go across the base. And this is really where you'll have a lot of support with the Super Bowlers working through, with the healers, and it just makes everything so much easy as you move through. This is where you will then have your Royal Champion on the back end. She could be supported with the Hogs from the Flame Flinger, and this could really help get through the rest of the base and get a 3-star more often. Otherwise, you won't really have any spells to use, and otherwise, your Royal Champion and all your other troops should allow you to get a simple 3-star. Now, if you're not a fan of either using spam or using a ground attack, but you want a strong attack, well, the ZapQuake Lavaloon has to be one of the best attacks in Clash of Clans in general. It's an incredibly flexible attack that can pretty much be used on almost every base depending on the value. This attack strategy consists of using 29 balloons with 2 lava hounds alongside 11 minions for cleanup. Everything else is based all upon how much support you need to bring. Otherwise, you've got about 6 to even 8 lightning spells alongside 1 earthquake. All the other spells are going to depend upon the attack that you're doing. So this could mean more or less haste spells, who knows? But in terms of this, you are always typically looking at an area of the base, such as an Inferno Tower, whether that's in the core or near the Town Hall. You'll then use a Sui hero to remove said Town Hall, and use your Royal Champion to remove some other adjacent structures, such as maybe the Eagle or a Scattershot, depending on what is being protected by an enemy hero. Otherwise, you will then send your Lavaloon in to get some good value. Now, it's pretty simple to start this. You are going to drop in your lightning spells against an Inferno Tower and any other structures. If you're going in for an enemy hero, it is going to take you 8 lightning spells and 1 earthquake. This could actually be really good if there is a Queen or Royal Champion where you could actually also remove the Eagle Artillery possibly. But you'll then send in your Sui hero. This is going to be where you want to remove the Town Hall. This will get you some really nice value because you'll be able to clear multiple buildings, not just the Town Hall, but that should be your major goal. Alongside your King and Queen going in for the Town Hall, you've got your Royal Champion. Should be used to clear some other structures such as a Scattershot and make your Sui hero a lot easier and get way more of the base. This will now allow you to easily predict your Lavaloon portion. Now, since the deployment is the hardest part of the Lavaloon, let's simplify it. You'll want to start with 1 Lava Hound and about 3 to 5 groups of balloons. This is pretty much going to be your heavy portion, and you want to start moving in with it. You can bring in the use of headhunters if there is the enemy queen or royal champion still up. If you didn't deal with them with the heroes, you'll want to deal with it there with the headhunters. As you're sending the Lalo in, use free spells against things like the scatter shots alongside multi-infernos if they are around there. As long as you move through, you need to quickly get to the Eagle Artillery if you are not going straight into it. That way you can easily protect your balloons with the Grand Warren ability, usually as you get around closer to the core. In terms of haste spells, use them to get to those key splash buildings. Wizard Towers, Scatter Shots, and the Multi-Infernos are all things that you do need to worry about. Of course, you also want to make sure that you are freezing said buildings if you are having to send in as you're sending in the balloons, just so that way you mitigate a lot of that damage away from them. Other than that, your cleanup is the final portion of your Lavaloon, where you'll be using the lava pups and the minions for cleanup. Just be very careful of a tornado trap and red air bombs killing them, because that could happen and they could be sent to the Shadow Realm and it won't be exciting for them. So make sure that what you're doing is just being careful, because that could actually cost you and get you a time fail, which I don't think any of us want. Otherwise, this will get you a really good 3-star if you are able to use this attack effectively. Now, these aren't the only options you have. If you want 5 other attack strategies to use, check out this video right here. And we'll be seeing you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.